What in the world is quiet quitting? Are you a teacher who is quiet quitting? Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. As you know, I am Cindy Lumpkin. I am a teacher who started her own school, and I do videos inspiring other teachers to do what's best for them, including quitting if that is what you need to do. Today we're going to be talking about the concept of quiet quitting. Now, it is something that I had never heard of, but I was scouring the internet the other day and I came across the term and I thought, this is something that I need to explore further. Now, before I jump into that, this past week was Teacher Appreciation Week, and I want to let you know how appreciated you are. And I hope that your parents, your administrators, and your teachers really loved on you. I can say I was really blessed by my parents, as well as I tried to show my teacher how much I am really appreciative of her. In addition, I also made sure that my children's teachers felt the love. So I hope that you were showered with love yourself. Let's go ahead on and get into this video. We are talking about quiet quitting. Now, if you're like me, you are asking yourself, what in the world is quiet quitting? Well, apparently it's a phenomenon that many people are doing. Basically, it's an alternative to the Great Resignation. And as you know, there's just been a lot of people who have been quitting their jobs, but yet there are a lot of people who really depend on their job for money and they cannot leave. So in lieu of participating in the Great Resignation and quitting your job, many people have been doing what is called quiet quitting. Quiet quitting is basically doing only what you are paid to do. Once again, quiet quitting is doing nothing above and nothing less than what you were required to do. Now, when you start looking at the teacher profession, you know teachers go above and beyond the call of duty. Not even the ones who are doing it just to get noticed by admin because they eventually want to go into leadership. It's just something that we do. We bring work home. We work overtime, we're mentoring, we are tutoring. We just do a whole bunch of stuff that's not necessarily in our contract. So quiet quitting would be, if I supposed to clock in at 8:05, I clock in at 8:05. If I am supposed to leave at 3:30, I leave at 3:30. Now, as I was trying to find more information about this quiet quitting, I actually saw someone who commented saying, yeah, I just give the students worksheets and sit down to do whatever. Well, after watching my friend over at Echelon Educating Consulting, John, hi, and he explained that there's a difference in being lazy and quiet quitting. And after I read that comment, I really wanted to make sure that we understand what that difference is, because I wholeheartedly agree with the concept, especially when done the way it is intended to be implemented, right? So, as this reader said, she misunderstood what the concept is. She basically sat down on the students. Whenever you are given worksheets and you're doing nothing in the classroom and you're not teaching, that is being lazy, and that hurts students. Okay, now once again, somebody might say, well, teachers quitting and leaving the classroom is hurting students. Well, yeah, they're gonna feel the residual of good teachers leaving the classroom, but good teachers are leaving the classroom because they're being forced to choose themselves over their students, right? And we should never sacrifice ourselves, not even for students, right? In fact, I said this in one of my videos that I did on helping teachers not to hold on to this guilt as a result of leaving. And that is, our students are not our children. And ultimately, we are not responsible for them, right? So the difference, once again, with quietly teaching and being lazy is that if you're quietly quitting, you're still showing up to work. You are still being the exemplary teacher that you have always been. You are still giving your absolutely all to your students. And that's all you're doing. You're not doing the extra stuff. You're not heading up the teacher appreciation committee. Matter of fact, I had a friend who called me the other day and she said, "Do you know what? They asked me to be a part of the teacher appreciation committee." She was a part of the committee that actually appreciated herself. There you have it. So that's what quietly quitting is. It's not doing anything more or anything less than your contractual agreement. If you're one of those teachers who have really been on the fence and you really, really, really want to quit, but right now you just cannot see how you can do it because you really depend on it for a paycheck, I want you to really research what quiet quitting is and then discipline yourself to do it. Now, in some other videos that I did on teacher burnout, some of the things you should not do to become burnout is simply the same thing that you would implement for quiet quitting. If you are already overwhelmed, you need to really create boundaries between your work and your personal life. And some of the biggest boundaries that teachers really can work at is basically taking work home, getting to work too early, and staying at work too late. Now, I can recall when I was working, sometimes I would get to work 2 hours prior to my contractual time to sign in. That is because I was always this person who liked to be well prepared, and I did extremely well early in the morning when nobody else was there. I was able to come in, get all types of things done, right? Well, if I was quietly quitting, I wouldn't do that. If I was a teacher who was already burnt out, I wouldn't do that. So I thought this was a real interesting concept, and I really wanted to chat with you guys about it because it is definitely something that you need to evaluate and implement in your life if needed. So now the question for you. One, have you heard about quietly quitting? Let me know in the comments. If not, have you already quietly quit and didn't know it? Please let me know below. In addition, guys, if you enjoy my content, please let me know some other things that I can talk on. I know I've been also telling the stories of teachers lately. I am going to continue to do that. Some of the other content that I used to make, I am starting to plan out some of those things. I can't wait until I'm able to give you guys an update on my school. And if you've been following that journey, you know that I am moving from one county to another county. My family actually moved in the midst of COVID, and it takes me like 40 minutes to get from our side of town to the other side of town, particularly when I'm dropping my own children off at school. And so it's just not convenient right now for me to travel that far, especially knowing I wear so many hats within my school. So my only option now is to move it on this side of town. And so it's almost like starting over again, but that has been the excitement in this journey. So I could not wait to share with you guys where we land. So make sure that you guys are following me. Okay, guys, that's all for now. I'll talk to you guys next week.